Okay, now let's solve the numericals of R.S. Agrawal and NCERT. For all that, we have to first know what is the meaning of probability. So what is probability? Like in everyday life, we come across the statements like most probably it will rain today, or like chances are high that the price of petrol will rise, or I doubt that he will win the race, or any other thing. Like there are many situations in which we are not sure of the event. So in the cases when the words are used like probability, most probably, chances, doubt, etc., they show the uncertainty of probability of occurrence of an event. That is, we are not sure whether that event will happen or not, but then we just get an idea. So the formula for this probability is how to find the probability of an event. So the probability will be represented by P and event will be represented by E, is equals to number of favorable outcome by total number of outcomes, and the total number of outcomes we will represent it by N. This is the formula. So here, now this is what all probability is about. Now let's get into a bit more detail what this experiment means. So experiment is an operation which can produce some well-defined outcome. See this, like this experiment, it produces this well-defined outcome, right? So this is what experiment means. And now what do we mean by trial? This favorable outcome is known as trial. It is also called by trial, number of trials. So that is performing a random experiment. Okay, so trial means the performing of an experiment. So now let's get into a bit more detail. That PE, that is probability of an event, is always greater than or equal to, event, this should be E, is always greater than or equal to 1, and probability of an event is always, this is E, is always smaller than or equal to 0. Probability of 0 event, this is the probability of 0 event, and this is the probability, of sure event. Okay, sure event. So now let's solve some question based on this. So first, okay, so we also have to learn the formula of, we should know this, that probability of sure event, that is represented by PE, plus probability of 0 event, which is represented by P bar E. This 0 event is equal to 1. This is the one which we have to always keep in mind. So now let's solve some questions based on this formula. So what our first question says is, that the probability of winning a game is 0.3. What is the probability of losing the game? So we will use the same formula, and over here probability of winning a game, that is of a sure event, is given to be 0.3, and the probability of losing the game, that is probability of 0 event, we have to find out. This is, we have to find out, is equals to 1. We know that it is equal to 1. So the probability of losing the game or this negative event will be 1 minus 0.3, that is 0.7. So this 0.7 will be the probability of losing the game, of the negative event, that is losing the game. Okay, so now our next question is, if probability of occurrence of an event is P, then probability of non-happening of this event is. So over here it is given that probability of occurrence is given, that is PE. This is given to be PE. Positive probability is given to be positive event is given to be PE. Now we have to find negative event. And we know that it is equal to 1. So therefore the probability of negative event or non-happening of this event or zero event will be 1 minus PE. This is our answer, 1 minus PE. This is what we did in the first question, right? This was the formula in the first question. Okay, so now we have our third question. So, what is the probability of an impossible event? I said you probability of a sure event is equals to 1 and probability of an impossible event is equals to 0. Okay. And the next question is, what is the probability of sure event? That also we have discussed millions of times before. That probability of sure event is equals to 0. Okay, so now we have more questions to solve. So what our next question says is, which of the following cannot be the probability of an event? Okay, so the options given are A 1.5, option B is 3 by 5, option C is 25%, option D is 0.3. So we have to see which cannot be the probability of an event. So probability of an event can never be greater than 1. That is the point we have to keep in our mind. So this is greater than 1, therefore it is not the answer. 3 by 5, okay, let's see. 5, 3, 0.6. Okay, this is 0.6 and this can be the probability of the event, but then let's check the rest also. No, sorry, the probability of an event can be 1 or greater than 1. It can never be less than 1. Okay, sorry for the previous thing. It can be 1 or greater than 1. Probability of sure event can be 1 or greater than 1. This is the point you have to keep in mind, that we have learned also earlier, that probability of sure event can be greater than or equal to 1. Okay, so here, sorry, this is the correct answer. This one is the correct answer. These are not the answer. This is less than 0. This is less than 1. This is also somewhere less than 1. This is also less than 1. So these are not the answers. This is the correct answer. Okay, so the next question is also the same kind. So what our next question says is, which of the following cannot be the probability of an event? So options given are 1 by 3. Second option is 0.3. Third option is 33%. And the fourth option is 7 by 6. So here, what will be the probability of an event? So probability of an event is always greater than or equal to 1. 1 by 3 is less than 1, so this will not be answer. 0.3 is also less than 1, so this also will not be the answer. 33% if we calculate is also less than 1, so this is also not the answer. And then 7 by 6, if we calculate it, it is greater than 1. See, here 6, here 7.0. No, sorry, there will be no point. 6 ones are 6, 7 minus 6, 1.0, then 6 ones are 6. So this way it is greater than 1. You see 1.1. So this is the correct answer. This. Okay. So that was it. In the next video we will discuss about the throwing of a dice. Okay, so thank you.